Hey, welcome to the check-in.
With the check-in twins.
We're the check-in twins.
So, we gotta get something out the way first.
Yes.
If you are having any mental health emergencies or issues, suicidal ideation, know that we are not medical or mental health
Not
professionals.
at all.
So if you need to hit this hotline, that is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-8255. Give them a call, give them a text if you need to.
If you need to. And one other thing, just a disclaimer, we are grown women, and sometimes we'll use some sentence enhancers to express ourselves, some explicit language. So it's not necessarily meant for the children. They could listen, they could learn. But sorry, mom, dad, pastor.
Also, while we shouting everybody out,
Yeah.
why don't you follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at
the Check-in Twins. All of them.
Come check in with us.
Come check in with us. I don't like the 5-second roll. It's just too long. Hello, beautiful galaxy.
Hey, yo.
Welcome to the check-in.
Welcome to the check-in. We here with y'all. Checking in with y'all.
Hey.
Telling you our really shameful stories.
Shameful stories.
So today we're going to be talking about alcohol.
This is part 2 of our coping series, and we're going to dive into
Our shame.
coping with alcohol. We have a couple of stories.
So much shame.
So much shame. So,
How you doing, friend?
oh no, me first. I'm shameful. So
There's enough shame for the both of us. Don't worry.
okay, I just want to preface this by just acknowledging how mindful I am about not being dependent on alcohol.
Yes.
Alcoholism is a disease that is hereditary, and it is definitely all up and through my family genes.
Oh, same here.
So I make it a point to just be aware with how much I'm consuming. I am a small human. So I was even smaller back in the day when I used to drink. But
That was a hefty snort.
I was just very cognizant of my limit. So I used to have like a 2-drink limit. That's all it took. I'm a cocktail drinker. I'll do shots. I just need 2. That is it.
Deceit.
That's it. So,
Go ahead, bruv.
bruv,
Tell the people what you did, bruv.
I don't even know if I was going through anything, but New Year's Eve 2015, it hit me back. Like I hit the streets and the streets hit back. Most of that night is just what people told me happened. I shout out to our other penguin friend.
Oh, yeah.
She took care of me that night, and
Honestly, the penguins were the first to ever see me throw up from alcohol.
yeah, we have a friend group. We call each other the penguins. So
Yes.
we stay discreet in these streets. So yeah, so she took care of me, and it was cool. I think the issue was I just didn't eat. And I was like, I'm gonna party tonight.
Bro, I just realized we have all seen each other at our
Oh yeah, we've all. Honestly, she should have been on this episode, but we just went out downtown Annapolis, and when you say downtown Annapolis, you like what?
Annapolis.
Can't get lit in Annapolis. Yes, you can. You can, especially on New Year's Eve, because the bartenders like every bar, it was like three clubs in one bar.
Oh.
Like the upstairs, downstairs, and the basement was like a different. It was a different level of fun. So we eat dinner. We start our bar hopping, and like she's just passing me drinks, and I'm like, take it to the head. Yeah. Don't think about okay.
Be about it.
So I didn't think about it
Okay.
at all. I
You
literally
just took it to the head.
I was literally like, what is this? and then the music was like, and I couldn't hear nothing when she told me what it was. So I was just like, okay,
Let me get another one.
yeah. So I don't even know how many drinks I had, but I know that night do I want to say this? I peed on the floor of a bar. I did. I peed on the floor. Like, Jersey Shore, where Snooki used to pee everywhere. I think us small girls, like, we have small bladders. So, like, when we drink...
Not me, though.
When we drink, me and my people...
I got a mayor bladder.
We lose control. And, I was waiting in line for the bathroom. And, of course, women's bathrooms are just trash.
The line is forever. It's purgatory, actually. I'm pretty sure that's what purgatory is.
Like, literally, when the whole bathroom controversy was going on, I'm like, bro, I'd be going in the men's bathroom. Like, because there's no line.
Yeah.
There's no line.
They really do their business and leave.
They do their business and leave. But girls are like, oh.
There are board meetings in there.
Let me fix my makeup. Oh,
let me Snapchat.
Let me do some drugs. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
That's true.
So.
All of that.
I was just waiting. And I'm telling my friend, I'm like, yo, I have to go. Really, really, like, all these drinks are coming out of my system right now. And, the door never opened. So I just popped a squat on the floor of the bar. And it was terrifying. I ran out because I grabbed my friend. And I was like, we have to go right now. And she was like, why? What did you do? And she looked down and saw this puddle. And then this guy across from me also saw the puddle. And he was looking at me. And he was just like, just the look of I've never been looked at so disgustingly. I deserved it, though. I deserved it. But the night didn't stop. So that was just part one of the night. So
ma'am,
we get back to her brother's house. And like, this is all happening before midnight. The ball didn't even drop. I'm lit before midnight on New Year's Eve. We get to her brother's house. They're having a little, game night, blah, blah. Ball drops, pop some champagne. I put some champagne in my system on top of all the vodka Sprites, I think. I think that's what I was drinking that night. Vodka Sprites and champagne.
Drinking that clear.
And once that champagne hit my stomach, it was just lights out. The rest of the night, I was told what happened. And it was not cute. It was just like projectile exorcism vomiting, foaming at the mouth. Like she was about to call the ambulance.
Oh.
And her brother was just like, oh no, that happens all the time. I'm like, wait, who do you hang out with?
Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
But yeah, like I vowed never to lose control like that again because it was so embarrassing. Like I woke up on time for work the next day. I went into work, but like I was so emotional the whole day because I'm just getting these stories about what I did, and I was like, oh my God, this is in my DNA. Like I shouldn't be losing control like this. Mm-hmm. So I was so ashamed of myself, and then it happened again. Not as like violently, but I'm a festival goer. That's how I like to, get my endorphins pumping. Spending a couple $100 at a festival, dancing in a field. So yeah, I got a little too lit at a festival. I lost track of time. Came to, and I was just like, when are we gonna see Big Sean? And
we saw him.
My friend was just like, we saw him. Are you okay? No. I missed it. But now, in my older 26 age, I have to say confidently I've gotten a grasp on my alcohol intake. Honestly, don't really care for it. Like, I'm a casual drinker, social drinker now.
So what would you say you have learned through those experiences?
I've learned that I don't like losing control like that. I really am afraid of alcoholism. Like like alcohol, it feels good in the moment. It calms your anxiety down. Might give you a little boost if you're feeling depressed. But For me, it's just not the mood. And I learned that I will not find peace in alcohol. I'm not going to find peace in a bottle. That's just not me. So that's what I learned because, that's embarrassing. Like I don't like people having to take care of me like that. I shout out to my penguin friend again. I think I went to the bathroom and she had to clean me up. It was just a lot that happened that night. So I don't want to be in that type of like incapacitated position again, just for the sake of feeling good. Like there are other ways I can make myself feel good, and that's just not it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about you, Fran?
So for shame, lots of shame on my part.
Oh no.
So I actually didn't start drinking until I was 21. Like I actually legit waited till I was 21.
Okay.
And nobody believes me when I say that, but I'm a good noodle and believe me when I say it because that's what had happened.
Yes.
So the first time I had alcohol, I was like, this doesn't even taste. This is nasty. I hate this. And I cried a lot. I was like, why am I crying? That's just my MO. I cried. But that was very confusing cry for me. But I have a saying that I say every year. You know my saying.
We're not going to throw up?
Yeah. We're insert age here. We're not going to throw up. I'm a thrower upper because I have no self-control.
Exorcism. Bro,
so the first time, and mind you, sometimes the alcohol really just does not sit well with me. It's not that I've had too much. It just, my stomach is like, no, send that back up. So rum chata is one of those for me.
Really?
And any bottled liquor that has a lot of sugar content, my body's like, send that back up.
I love
We
that.
don't want it.
Okay, that's where
Now,
our opposites
mixing alcohol with fruit juice, fine. It's if the alcohol
is a fruit juice.
Yeah, I just like if it's not really a mixer and you just, my body is like, we will get that out of your system.
That is poison.
You don't get to decide.
What
We're
is
gonna send
this?
it right now,
How dare you?
and all the food you ate.
We asked for water.
So I remember the first time that I threw up. It was in front of a bunch of people that probably, if are listening, they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, girl, you was trash. But I had a cinnamon toast shot. And the homie from the Carolinas, he and I were throwing it back. And I felt confident because up until that point, I'd never thrown up. So I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm not going anywhere. Like, I'm at home. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I threw up.
Yeah.
And you and our other penguin witnessed that. But granted, I wasn't sloppy. I was coherent. I was just not, it just did not sit well with me. It wasn't that I was drunk. I just was like, no, I am sick and this is not tasty.
She shooed us out of the bathroom trying to help her.
I cleaned everything up. Like
She was like, no, get out of here.
I could do it.
Okay.
So when you throw up at home, it kind of doesn't feel as bad.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm at home.
Yeah.
It's disgusting because you got to clean it up.
Yeah.
You can't just leave the restaurant and not come back. You got to clean it up. It's in your house. That was the first time that I threw up. And there's many more times that I threw up after that because I really just did not have a handle on my self-control. Like I knew I would get to this point where I'm like, oh, I should stop.
Yeah.
But I just didn't. And I think I've really enjoyed feeling good. I have a lot of social anxiety.
Yeah.
So that takes the edge off for me very quickly. And then I'm feeling good and I just keep drinking. I keep drinking. So one of the times we went to Union Jack's, I've put this one through so much. This twin has seen me at almost all of my worst alcohol moments. And
it's what we're here for.
Literally shut the bar down.
Yeah, we did.
And I was ready to go. I was like, I'm going home. And
no.
My twin's like, no, you are drunk. You cannot drive.
You can't.
We sat on the curb. I don't know how long we sat on the curb.
I feel like it was at least an hour. Probably more.
She's like, I could drive you back to your house. We could come pick up your... I do not like leaving my car.
Yeah.
Drunk?
Yeah.
This drunk twin does not like leaving her car. So I'm just like, no, I can drive home. I'm fine. But we sat on the curb forever. Yeah. And mind you, I had already been at Union Jack's hours before my twin got there because I was there with another friend.
Yep.
And she left. And then I told, like, hey, twin, I'm at...
Yeah, Union Jacks.
Yeah.
You try to...
So I was like, okay, come through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I probably spent 5-6 hours at Union Jacks that night and just drinking the entire night. So that was that other time. And I can look back and realize, no, I was definitely not good to drive.
Yeah.
I think I was saying it because I was trying to convince myself. Mm-hmm. But you did good.
Yeah, so what I did in that instance is I just followed her home. I definitely gave her options to
I didn't like
not
any of
drive.
them. I did not
I was like
them.
we could leave your car. I could wake up early in the morning. I'll even spend the night at your dad's place and bring you back.
Car.
Yeah, she was fighting me the whole way. So followed her home. She drove within the lines. I was comfortable with that.
Yay.
But you threw up in the driveway as soon as you parked, right?
I believe so, yes. Yes. And I'm a very controlled thrower-upper. I do not make the toilet for some reason. I get to the bathroom and just completely miss the toilet. I have poor vision, I understand that. But I don't know why I never make it into the toilet. Never. Oh, this is not a gift of mine. I'm glad I don't have a weenie. Because if I had to pee, I'd be peeing all over the bathroom. I just can't get it in the hole. But... that was one time. The other time that this twin had to follow me home, I was really like, I went to a friend's house and I embarrassed myself, man, because I brought a giant bottle of wine and I drank almost that whole bottle by myself.
From the bottle.
And
you were drinking it from the bottle.
Classless, honestly. 110,000%. Was throwing up in that man's bathroom. And this was like a 45-minute drive. And I refused to leave my car. I was not in the lines when I was driving. I thought I was, but apparently I wasn't. And I was sloppy. It wasn't cute. It was really embarrassing. But redemption story, we went and hung out with that friend yesterday. No.
Yeah.
Friday?
Friday. Oh, yeah.
Friday. Yeah. Gosh, because Monday tomorrow. Okay. Friday we went there, and I redeemed myself. I had drinks, but I was good. And I was DD. Yeah. So I did good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a really awful, ugly time.
But why was that time so ugly?
I was feeling so awful. I don't even know what year that was.
Yeah. Was it 20? I feel like it was your 2018. A lot happened to you that year. Yes. You were by yourself. House issues, just...
Okay, yeah, so I was definitely moved into the house at that point. Yeah. I was just going through it, and I just wanted to party extra hard and not feel anything and not feel bad. And like you said, it's just, it's embarrassing to find out the next day, like, you were sloppy, you throwing up at somebody else's house. Like, it's just not okay. It's just not okay. So that was really the last time that I was out of control and didn't care. Mm-hmm. The other time, I don't understand why the man that I'm with right now continued to be with me after this, because I'm going to tell y'all this story. And granted, I wasn't out of control. This was just one of those moments where what I had to drink that night just did not jive in my stomach.
Oh, God.
So I definitely had Hennessy that night.
Okay.
And I had this Captain Morgan's rum, but it was apple flavored. It was green. It was very sugary. And like I already told y'all, sugary stuff don't sit well with me. But I was like, I'm going to try this. I never had it before. I'm going to try it out. I didn't really like it a whole lot, so I didn't drink a lot of it.
Yeah.
But I definitely did have dark and green. I was eating snacks. I don't know what we had for dinner that night, but I was eating snacks and we had Oreos, watching anime.
It's like, wasn't there Oreos?
We were watching The Little Prince. And now I can't watch that movie without feeling intense shame. Because every time I'm like, I remember what I did last time I watched it. Isn't that okay? So I got very inebriated and I fell asleep. Mm-hmm. And I know for me, if I fall asleep, That's it. Don't do nothing. Don't wake me up. Just let me be asleep.
Sleep
because
it off.
my body is recovering and I'm good. Recently had an experience where I was on the couch and I was good and I was told to go up to a bed. And by the time I got up and went to a bed, I threw up. Like, if I am asleep, just let me sleep. I am good. Okay?
Good.
But I was cuddling with my now honey muffin. And I just woke up in the middle of the movie and was like, oh, I gotta throw up. And he's panicking. And I'm like, no. I know how to control my throw up.
The toilet thing. You just said you don't have
I
aim
can
in
get
the
into
toilet.
the bathroom, though.
Yeah.
And he said, throw up on my rug and my couch and my love sack.
Yeah.
You know, I can get to a place where I'm like, this is cleanable.
This is an acceptable place to...
I really try to make it to the toilet, and I do. I just don't make it into the bowl. I don't know why. So in my house, the couch is... It's like a little barrier reef situation, so you gotta go all the way around it to get to the bathroom.
It's like a C.
Yeah.
L?
So I'm getting up, and he's panicking. He's trying to help me get up. And I've been like, first of all, love sack is hard to get off.
Yes.
If you're sober.
Shout out to Love Sack. Sponsor us.
Please. I want a sectional. But that's hard to get out of when you're sober. So I'm like struggling to get up. And my momentum to get myself up, I got myself up, hit the wall a little bit. But I was like, cool, I got up, went to the bathroom, threw up in there. Next thing I remember, I woke up in the morning and I was like, wow, what a easy night. Wow, you're still here? Cool, this is great. And he's like, how are you feeling? I was like, I feel fine. How are you feeling? Like, so, what's a quiz? What are we doing? And that's the first time I've ever blacked out. And I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Because the utter trials and tribulations that I put this man through. So for what actually happened after I threw up in one of the bathrooms, I have 3 bathrooms. So I threw up in the one bathroom and apparently I got it kind of in my hair.
No.
And so right now my hair is tamed into this turban, but y'all know I got a fro. So yeah, I threw up in my hair. And I think a little bit on me. And so we made it to the next level of the house where there is a full bathroom.
Yes.
And he showered me. He just ran water and tried to rinse me off with all that throw up. And then got me a towel. We went to the next level, which is the loft level where my bedroom is.
Yeah.
He put me in the bed. Then he went downstairs to try to clean where I had thrown up. When he came back to the bed, I had thrown up in the bed.
What a good man.
And so he
good
puts me on the carpet or the rug in the bedroom, brings me a trash can. And then he's stripping the bed.
Yep.
Putting things in the washer to put new sheets on.
Yep.
And by the time he gets up, I have thrown up on the rug. And I distinctly remember this because he told me with such
fervor.
Yes. He looked at me and was like, I gave you a trash can. And I just looked at him and I think I started laughing and then I went back to sleep. So he gave up on the rug. At that point, he had been cleaning a lot of my vomit off of things. And we got back in the bed.
Oh my God.
I think I wanted a kiss and he was like, no, you gotta brush your teeth. And I actually got up and brushed my teeth.
You're
And then I got back in the bed. So that's what happened. And I'm like, I don't believe you. He's telling me all this stuff happened. I don't believe you. And then he was like, oh, also your TV's broken. And I'm just like, what? Yo, I got up. I looked at the rug. There was throw up on the rug. And when I tell you I ate Oreos, the throw up was black. And I had a comforter, a very cozy comforter that was white, plush.
Was white.
I ended up throwing it away. It was just black Oreo throw up on all of it. He ran it through the washer twice and it just was not doing anything. So I threw it away. and I went downstairs. My TV was completely destroyed. I had elbowed the very corner of it, and my TV was destroyed. That was President's Day weekend.
Yes.
So it was a good time to get another TV, but I was just like, bro, what the heck?
Yeah.
So I got a new comforter, new TV, a new level of shame. It was just a lot of new things happening for me. And I'm like, this man is never coming back over here.
But he did.
He did. And we've been going, like what?
Going steady.
Yeah.
Ever since.
That's when you know somebody really loves you. When they clean up your vomit multiple times.
Yeah, vomit I can't do. But
I don't do bodily fluids. I wouldn't even done that.
But when it's like at that point, first of all, alcohol is just poison. Like, bro, it's just bad for you. But when it's a life or death situation, you're gonna clean up your friend's throw up.
Honestly, I would put my friend in my tub. It's a big tub. I would give you a sheet and I would put you in the tub.
So you think about that, but then you're like, what if this is this weird like story that'll be on True TV where like she rolled over on her stomach or her back and then like the throw up like just
people usually lay stomach down.
Yeah, but
I'll check on you.
I roll in my sleep.
Hey.
Hey, turn over. Good girl. He's a good girl. Yeah.
And at a certain point, you're going to run out of things to throw up. You're just going to be like...
Nah, that's when that bile and the stuff that's stored in your liver starts coming out.
You're right.
Like, the body will find a way to...
We gonna set something up.
To release. Because you poisoned yourself. Honestly, when you were telling your stories, I thought about like 3 other stories that I have. I've had recent stories,
We've thrown up and done really not okay things to our bodies.
Yes.
More times than we should have. And every time I think it's going to be the last time, a surprise. I do it again.
I am confident to say that so far in 2020, I have no alcohol-related stories.
I got lit at my dad's house, and I felt shame. He's never seen me throw up. This was the first. I was like, man, my bad. I can usually handle my alcohol.
Yep.
But I'm not going to say his name, but Uncle. Uncle got me. I was like, oh, okay, I need to not drink what you make.
Yeah.
Or if I do, I need one and done. But yeah, I'm gonna get better. I think now is just realizing that my tolerance is no longer what it used to be.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm throwing up. It's not even you could say I'm drinking too much, but I'm drinking what I think I can handle, and then my body's like, you're in your late 20s now.
Yep.
Not your earlies.
You're not 21 anymore, so
you're elderly.
Please
stop doing this.
Who you think you were?
You want to chug some Green Machine smoothies? We can do that. You need some vitamins and minerals?
You need a Tums?
I'm just like, fine. Give me this stupid Pepto. I'll take it.
Yeah, 2019, I have a story. It was a grad party. Yup. I peed in the trash can on the party bus. I'm just like a peer. I don't know what's wrong with me.
This is true. You are a peer. I'm a thrower upper and you're a peer.
I'm just a peer. Like,
we're just very fluidy.
When I say I have to go to the bathroom and I am
she has to go like probably 5 minutes ago.
Find me a bathroom immediately. Because if not, I'm going to just go where I'm literally looking around in this bus. And I'm like, if he doesn't pull over, I'm going to pee on this bus. My friend's like, well, the trash can's right there. Do what you got to do. Bet.
Wow.
Bet. But yeah, 7 months into 2020, I'm cool on alcohol for now. I'm just like, my tolerance is actually a little bit higher, probably because of the other things that I do in my spare time. But why are you looking like that, Twin?
Oh, nothing. I don't know what anybody does or says.
Exactly. So, my tolerance is a little bit higher, and it's like concerning because I'll be out and like just out getting food. Remember restaurants, y'all? And I'm like ordering drinks and I'm like, man, I don't feel in a turn.
That's the one thing I will say. My worst moments with alcohol have definitely been when I'm at home, because you get
Really?
that like little like, oh, I'm at home, it's fine. Because at a certain point, you're out, the bar's gonna close, you're gonna run out of money, people gonna be like,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot for you to just sit there and drink and drink and drink and drink and drink. But at home, you can. So, y'all, don't do what we did.
Don't do
Be
it.
better than us.
Yeah, don't use alcohol as a coping mechanism. Everything is good in moderation.
And at least if you do, make sure you have reliable people around you.
Yeah.
I think for us, and even with our other penguin, not like we've all never been messed up at the same time. Like there's always one who, and we don't discuss this. Somebody just assumes the mom role for the night.
We're just like, okay, you can't walk anymore. Got it. I'm gonna sober up.
Yep. It is immediately just like that. So it's have people around you that
have your back.
Right. And especially, somebody who will continue to fight you when you say you can drive home, because that's important too. Don't have somebody that'll be like, okay, you seem like you know what you're doing.
So I just want to pose this one question. Why do you think alcohol is just an easy escape for everybody?
It's accessible and it's not illegal.
Yeah.
There's so many people who have different vices and everything, but I'll say for people who do drugs, whatever drug that is, if it's illegal, you run so many different risks. You could lose your job, you get locked up, the accessibility of it,
it's different.
Yeah, but alcohol, you can go to a liquor store. In certain states, you can go to a grocery store, or gas station. So it's just, it doesn't have the negative connotation that drugs have.
Which is weird.
Even though they essentially both do the same thing. Yeah. So I think that's really the issue with it. And it's, social drinking is a thing, happy hour. Alcohol is very ingrained into our culture. Not necessarily sloppy drinking, but you watch any college movie or comedy, somebody's drunk. It's just, it's like a rite of passage. You go for your first time and you get drunk and you get sloppy and you throw up and everybody talks about it later.
And do you think with our generation, do you think that we are quick to, or we're a little late on noticing when it becomes a problem? Because we're so young.
I think with our generation, because there's so much more responsibility for us at, I think, a younger age than our previous generations. And because I know previous generations started families way earlier than our generation is, but with the amount of debt and the expectations that we have to adhere to, and that are things that are expected of us, what we have to do just to survive and be self-sufficient, it's a lot. And alcohol definitely takes the edge off.
Yeah.
So
drink every time we have a twin moment. Just kidding.
Healthy drinking, drink some water.
Yeah.
But it's hard to say. That's a really good question. What do you think?
I think that sometimes that whole, I'm in my 20s, I'm just being young, clouds our judgment as to whether or not we actually have a problem. I think we use our age as an excuse to not seek help or just sit and evaluate if our drinking is becoming a problem. And it affects us later on down the line. By the time you're 35, you're this full-blown functional alcoholic, and you're wondering where it came from. It started in your 20s.
Right.
When you didn't want to address it. And you were just saying, I'm just being young. This is my 20s. This is what I do.
And also your exposure. If you're used to being around, if you were raised around other adults and you saw them drinking. My mom and my dad, when my brother and I were younger, they never drank in front of us. Never, ever, ever, ever. Ever.
Interesting.
And now I'll wine and dine with my mom. My dad and I will have a cocktail, or I don't know that I've had a beer with him, but we'll drink sometimes socially.
Yeah.
But growing up, never saw them have a lick of alcohol. And I think that played a big part into me not really wanting to drink that much, because I waited till 21. It wasn't something that was alluring to me, because it wasn't something that I saw.
Yeah.
So definitely depends on your background. It definitely depends on the accessibility. A lot of people had, alcohol in their homes. My coworker, work husband, they have a dry household, so it depends. I know there are some people whose parents allowed them to drink before 21 as long as they stayed in the house.
As long as they were with them. Yeah.
Right. So it really depends. And as a parent or anybody that's responsible around somebody who's drinking, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to gauge when somebody's like, this is not healthy. Like you need to talk or you need to be cut off. Even when people are like, that happened with our other penguin. She was partying hard and we were both splitting her drinks and giving her water. And sometimes they don't even notice. So it's just like, you gotta protect those people around them when they're not in the right mind to protect themselves. Because once you're already tipsy and inebriated, you're not thinking about how much you're drinking at that point. You're just going to have fun.
But that's what scares me the most about alcohol. It's just like the level of just unaware, like you just are free from thinking about consequences, and that's not how real life works.
No, it is not.
Like that level of control that you don't have, it's really scary for me, and it's something that I'm hard on myself. Like the New Year's Eve night, the next day I was a wreck. I was like crying. I was so shameful. Like, I think I left work early because I was just so emotional. It wasn't even because I was hungover. I was just like so ashamed that I lost that much control. And, recognizing that is a very powerful tool. Like recognizing that, you're imperfect.
You make mistakes. And life is trial and error. So it is okay for you to do something that you don't like, because then you learn, I don't like this.
And you can learn from it.
You can make better decisions.
Exactly.
Choices.
And that's what I think I've taken away from all my alcohol stories. I think I've taken away my lessons learned, and now I'm finally in a sweet spot where I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to use this as a coping mechanism because trouble comes when I do. So
I learned that I just have to drink around people who know me, because I clearly think I can handle a lot more than I could actually handle.
Yeah.
And if I follow suit with the people around me, I will be okay. Otherwise, like you said, alcohol, you just feel icky the next day. I don't think I've had a hangover before, but like you just feel like, like you can't just assume you sleep so long, and I'm just like, my alcohol sleeps are forever, and then I wake up and I'm like, I'm dehydrated.
That's a full day of rehabilitation.
And then I want to eat everything, and it's just icky. So that being said, y'all, for this episode of coping, don't cope with alcohol.
Don't cope with
alcohol. It's not a good thing.
It is.
Social drinking, cool. Know your limits. Eat. Know all the tips and tricks.
Yeah.
Eat
bread.
Full stomach before you go out and drink.
Full stomach, yeah.
That will definitely help you.
Yeah.
Water. Drink it. A lot of it.
Just get a hydration pack.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah, do
just
that.
have it on your back at all times.
And party with people who care about you and know you.
People that have your best interest at heart, not people that are going to videotape you.
Lyft.
Oh, Lyft. Yes.
Uber. Whatever you got to do.
Lyft.
Don't drive drunk.
Via, I think, is the other one. Something with the blue.
Call your friend to come get you.
Call a friend. Honestly, even a parent, if your parents are cool.
My parent would definitely come get me.
Yeah, my parents told me, like, when I was a teenager and, started working, they were like, you ever need us to get you, just let us know. We know you're a good kid, whatever. And I was like, I would never. Never. But now it's like, is that offer still available?
My parents told me that, and I didn't even leave it that much. So I'd be like, my mom said I can't go.
Just out here lying and get asked.
Oh, no, I would tell her. Like, can you tell me I can't go to... I don't like to lie. Okay, we done.
Okay, let's jump into the next segment.
Next segment. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
So, yo, we have talked about tattoos as coping, and we had talked about alcohol. So next time, what are we talking about?
We're talking about bad versus good coping techniques. We already kind of did that. We're gonna summarize it and then let you know what we doing right now, and you know what we used to do in the past that were just not good for us. Healthy versus unhealthy. We're trying to get healthy. Healthy 2020.
Yes.
During the pandemic.
All of this.
All right, remember.
Yeah, remember this.
Life is a beach.
And they don't cut you off at the bar. They just keep giving you drinks, and then you be leaving sloppy, and they don't care about you.
Life be like, oh, you can handle this. Keep drinking. Oh, you want a different color? I got you.
Yeah, life like, oh, we're going to put you in a lift, and I hope you make it to your house.
No, we're going to put you in a taxi. You're going to have to pay in cash. Hope you can make it to your house.
Giving you obstacle courses, trying to get home. Yeah, so forget them.
Don't let that bitch ruin your day.
Yeah. Actually, don't party with them because they're trash.
Trash. All right. Be kind.
Love yourself. Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to others.
Yeah, be gorgeous.
Be beautiful.
Be the beautiful kind.